get decked.
So we're moving on to a very interesting next question, because I love the phrasing of it, because I know me and James are going to be like maybe differing on our opinions. Kevin asks, what win condition is easiest to play, as well as cheapest to obtain all the cards to secure that win condition? You can see my answer I already put down here.
You know, I will go with you on that one.
Is it MPV? MPPV?
MPPV? And here's my reason why. And it's not because of Namekian.
No. Well,
and not even red. It's that stinking dirty black.
Ooh, he went there.
Well, seeing that they have Hug that gives them 2 anger, they have blocks that give them 2 anger, they have all these other cards. Like, oh yeah, red's got an attack that gives them 2 anger. It costs 4 stages to throw. I got a physical that I can just throw. I don't care if you block it. You could do Garlic Jr. in black and just... You got a mastery that lets you ditch something. I could play Black Frieza. I can ditch my name card, gain another anger off of it, gain an anger. I can throw blocks for days that give me anger. I can gain anger. And there's only so much negative anger that can be done against you.
Yep.
But those cards are making a big comeback and stuff like that. So, I mean, they are a thing. But, you know, MPV is a good way. So Beatdown would be the second best.
Yep, that would be our thing. Is that earlier on, I remember that outlasting an opponent was a much simpler thing back then. Remember that?
Yep.
First couple sets, first 3 sets?
Not even that. With me, I was playing Slug, so I'm like, okay, keep hitting me. I'm going to rejuvenate 8.
What we're saying is that we know you could potentially, with Slug or other decks, build a deck that they essentially can't kill you. That essentially, they will not have the time in their deck.
They will not have the time. You will either win by DVing out, or you will draw.
Yep. So what we're getting at is...
And even if they do beat you, they make you easier and more likely to win by Dragonball Victory.
Yeah, because they'll just keep floating back into the deck, and look what happens. What we're getting at with all that, though, is that it is to answer your question, yes, MPPV is the fastest, easiest way to win a game. If you were to look at...
If you know how to play it.
It's a balancing
very
act.
Calculated.
It's a balancing act.
Very, very calculated.
The whole way. If you look at a lot of the big games out there, a lot of, say, the big regionals and say World Championships and all that, a lot of MPPV victories hanging around there. A lot of people running for it.
The best MPPV deck is the deck that can raise their anger and lower your opponents, and that's why I still say black is the best, because you can still run death blows and stuff in there, not care. You're actually still doing what you're supposed to be doing as a black player, banishing cards, you know, and other kinds of stuff.
Reducing their ability to fight back, their ability to run for their win condition, all that stuff.
Yep. Shoulder Slam gives you a dirt. Shoulder Slam is one of those common cards that really is underestimated, I think. It's
well, if you're in an awesome spot, if you have the stage AT to make it happen.
Not even that. Like,
awesome.
Even if it's AT, you know, it's like, oh, it doesn't do anything if it hits. But
the
raise an anger 1 and lower your opponent's anger by 3.
Wow.
By 3.
And the thing is, guys, the guys from Panini even confirmed this not too long ago. They said if a card has endurance and lowers anger and is non-styled, it's probably secretly overpowered.
Oh, no, it wasn't even if it's non-styled. It's if it has endurance, it's good. If it lowers anger, it's good. If it does both, it's secretly OP.
So what we're saying is, yes, MPPV is fastest. If you can keep your opponent's anger under control, because they might be running for it too. Here's the thing. If you have no ability to slow down your opponent's anger and you're running for it, it will be a race. And you don't always win every race.
Yep, nope. I think a couple people learned that last week, actually.
You need to have that in mind if you're going to try to slow other guys down. You know, shoot their tires out is what I'm saying.
Yep, shoot their tires out. But you gotta realize sometimes they might have a spare, and that spare
that's true.
That spare may have better traction.
So the second most common win condition is beatdown, because like we said, survival is becoming more.
Oh
and
yeah,
more
and if you could do both, you're like set.
Oh yeah, if you could combine 2 of them and be efficient at it, not because you have like a dual win condition focus, but you're not really, like you kid yourself. No. If you really do both, do you know who could do both? Broly. Broly was the king of beating you down.
Gohan is really good at that too.
Yeah, well you're telling me about
well, I mean, like
he's a beast.
you know, we're going to see a lot of Saiyan Gohans, especially with the second mastery.
Yep.
Because he only needs 4.
Yep.
And, you know, his attack gives him 2, and then if it hits, it gets him a 3rd one. You know, just all kinds of stuff. If he's at 2 anger, you got to be scared because he could throw that Gohan power punch at you, and you can't stop it. And he's going to gain, he's going to level up, and then he's going to gain another anger off of that.
He will move right into his next level with 1 anger ready to rock.
Yep.
You realize that he's a fourth of the way there to leveling again.
Yep, and that's why I loved Flying Kick. And especially in him, that's the deck that runs the Flying Kick. Because it sets you at 2, so it puts you right halfway there. You hit with that, you're at 3. That's what she's missing, by the way.
We need to look that up. You tell her that. Don't you be that guy.
I will tell her that.
We said that the last win condition, like we said, survival is going away for the most part currently, because we think that Panini probably wanted to have this win condition become uncommon.
Well,
because it leads to draws too often.
It leads to way too many draws. Not just that, but it. You know, we look at the first rounds of the first circuit that they did, the first official tournament circuit that they did, and you know, we were talking about regionals that went to like 12 o'clock.
Oh, see, guys, this is what we're talking about.
Because people were choosing to do best 2 out of 3, and it's just like redo, and they were Piccolos, you know, it's Krillins, and it's just like, yeah.
To quote Pirates of the Caribbean, "What is your plan, Jack? We being a bunch of immortals here." And that was our problem, is that you could really fight a long fight.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I like to keep losing over and over and over again forever.
Yeah, we gonna fight forever. So what we're getting at, though, is since those are the ones, like we said, MPPV is the most common and most effective because you can consistently get there. You can tool your deck to get there. Beatdown is trickier because it depends what kind of beatdown. I'll give you an example of the 2 concerns. One, if physical beatdown, unless you're getting at it sideways like Orange can manipulate it.
Once you hit 0 stages, your AT's gone.
That's what we're talking about. Without the power stages, and also, let's say you don't go into a high enough bracket.
Or, if you're going to get someone that's stronger than you. The power creep.
And that's why you're going to find out you can't hurt them. For the most part, your attacks you're missing your biggest benefit.
So either you do that, or you have an ally that throws the attack for you. That's how I beat that. Actually, that's literally how I beat that Broly. That was at level 3.
Whoa.
Is because I was at level 0. I was at level 1. So I'm at 0 stages. He's at 0 stages. Now he's throwing it for just, you know, whatever modifiers on there, and then the 2 from his level 2. You know, I'm sitting here throwing an attack that has an AT of 4 because I've got, you know, distraction drill. So I'm like 4 plus 4 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. You know.
What we're saying is, if you're going to do physical beatdown, you have to have a bigger plan in order to stay at that high stage, and your character, for the most part, has to have an ability to actually do the damage as a base, or drills another.
Or even allies. You know, if you're at 0 stages, your ally could perform an attack. You know, like Beerus.
With
Gus at a million. You know, he just.
How could I forget?
He's on his own level. You know, I thought of a blue Krillin deck that's just like, I'm just going to sit at level 2, and I'm just going to drain my stages as I throw these attacks to make them do more stages. Oh, I'm at 0. Beerus is now going to throw everything, and now it's going to hurt.
Well, what we're getting at with that is, so these are concerns of a physical deck. A beatdown of an energy deck is different.
You're attacking the life directly.
Which is great, because you think about it, you're getting at the win condition faster, right?
But
here's our problem. You're killing yourself doing it. When you're losing your stages. So that means it is going to, for the most part, limit how many energy attacks you can throw.
There's a reason why Krillin was so good at it in the beginning, because if you look at Krillin, 1 and 2, actually 2 kind of, I think, gets into C, but for the most part, he's in B. B, B, B.
This
B, 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 B.
This is
life. That is his life. Until he hits level 4, then he gets into D. Barely.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he's on the lower end of D, I think.
He's at 500,000 at his max stages.
Boo.
And so he gets to use all the fun stuff, but he doesn't have to worry about it.
So an energy beatdown deck always has to be concerned and careful about how it manages the stages, because how many times have we watched an energy deck end up with a big hand of energies and no stages? All the time? All the time?
It's me.
Every day.
I just punish you with like the first attack that does over 10 stages of that, and they're just sitting there scratching their head like, wait, what? I had a turn. I don't have a turn now, you know?
That's what we're talking about. So we're saying if you're going to beat down, it requires further planning in order to maintain whatever thing that is that you've chosen.
That's why Captivity Drill is one of the best drills. But that's why it's balanced, and it has to be a hit effect.
Oh yeah, putting a hit on it is generally speaking the key way to balance any card.
For
any
those
card.
of you that don't know, because you don't indulge in the amazingness that is Orange, a Captivity Drill, and this is what I believe the guy that was playing Roshi basically used, because we're playing a physical meta. They was expecting a lot of physical blocks, not a lot of energies. So his things would get through and they would hit and give him anger and stuff like that. But then Captivity Drill gives you another anger and then makes you gain 3 stages.
It can help to keep you out of a bad position for being stage locked. Time it correctly.
There's a reason why I love Adept and Energy decks, and you don't realize that until the first turn I hit you. And it hits, and I get to search out, and I'm searching out that Captivity Drill. And that Captivity Drill is there for the rest of that turn. That's so important that you don't realize that.
And this we are only going to discover through experience.
Yep.
If we were to go and discuss the very last win condition that one can win by, Dragonball Victory, this is strange because for the most part, if you don't have the ability to hold on to them or recapture them, they're really too detrimental.
Or you turn them off.
That is also helpful, but of course we're saying how often does one carry both the Dragon Ball and the means to turn them off. You don't usually carry both. I wouldn't carry Oolong in my Dragon Ball.
You're level 4, Piccolo does.
Oh yeah, I do that. I forgot. I keep saying you get. I become Willy Wonka. You get nothing.
Slug is, I'll give you those balls, and then I'll steal them back because I have like 12 different attacks that just steal them back.
He doesn't care. He found a way around that.
And that's why Dragon Ball Slug is such a big thing right now that's why it's such a big thing right now on the whole market. On the online games, I guess. There's a couple online different programs where you can kind of build and test it. Octagon, yeah. And he's been the flavor of the month in that regard because he can do it pretty quick.
Yeah, but we're figuring that if push comes to shove, it's probably not when it appears. It's a limited play environment. It's different.
I don't know. The fact that he gains 2 anger off his level 1 for just pulling in a Dragon Ball with his mastery.
Jeez, what a thing.
And it's when they enter and play. It doesn't mean on your side of the field. So, you use your blocks that give them to your opponent. You play your attacks that give them to your opponent. I do that 3 times. I'm at level 2 now. I'm rejuvenating. I just get back up to level 3. If I can do that, then I'm golden. 1 level away from just being able to pull one out at the beginning of combat. Each turn.
Yeah, one of the things that made Roshi so effective as Red and Rage, you already know where this is going. One of the things that made him so effective and why we hated him so much is that he both had the ability to. He basically overcame the 2 biggest problems of using Dragon Balls outside of Namekian style. What were they? 1, the ability to effectively draw them. Next, the ability to effectively keep them. Most styles had no consistent means to do so.
It's a crit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Early Red and Rage decks, especially with older set cards, got them crits everywhere.
Grabs.
Shoulder grab, lifting knee lift or lifting knee. What's it called? Red knee lift. Red knee lift.
I think it was high knee.
No,
high knee. The high knee is Namekian. Namekians only have high knees. And they get them kicked so often that they are.
So what we're saying is, if you were going to do a Dragon Ball deck as a focus, it's difficult. Most of the times you have to have some trick or some angle to get at it.
Blue had a lot of stuff that were to grab them or to put them back in the hands and stuff
like
that. They
did, but when you...
because Blue Goku with Kami.
Oh, okay.
You just sent Kami back to your hand every turn, and you just grab Dragon Ball, and then you just play this setup that would grab a Dragon Ball from your opponent's side of the field.
And that's the thing, you have to deck yourself out for this to be able to manage them. So what we're saying is every deck can conceivably Dragon Ball Victory, but we should make it clear, unless you have means to hold them, means to get them back.
Don't even worry. Like
Yeah.
in an orange, it's just not even possible because you've got so many dead cards anyway.
Yeah,
The
don't-
chance of
don't.
getting so many dead cards. Now, this isn't to say that you couldn't, especially in the new one, because possession drill.
Oh yeah, get you
Time
out of
and
bed.
time again, possession drill is just.
And
too
guess what would mess that up? A
amazing.
Dragon Ball in your hand. You can't even mess
no,
with it.
possession drill. I'm just gonna draw 2 cards. I'm gonna ditch the Dragon Ball and some other card.
Oh, throw them to the bottom.
Throw it to the bottom.
Nice.
Yep, possession drill. And you need to discard, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards
Oh
from your
yeah,
hand.
if you
unless
draw a Dragon
discard
Ball,
a style.
you come out with the same net cards in your deck.
Yep.
Of course, unless you're shuffling the deck, they're going to stay at the bottom, and that stinks.
Oh, orange does that very well.
Which I'm very glad. I'm hearing that some styles never shuffle themselves for the most part. Blue,
Yep.
black.
Actually, my blue deck shuffles really well. But then again, it's blue cell.
It should, because
I
you
always
search
search
allies.
my ally out. And
So
I
you
always,
came at it. This is MP that offset the problem.
Yep, and that's what it comes down to. That's why I said you've got to see where your MP fits in with your theme and your game plan, and everything else.